I'm training for my first Ironman. There's only one problem. I'm a beginner swimmer. And don't get me wrong, I cannot drown, but I've never swam freestyle, which is the most common triathlon swim stroke. Until now, that is. I'm a couple months into my Ironman prep. Though I'm an avid runner and regular cyclist, swim training is still completely new to me. The first time I went to the pool, I swallowed a disgusting amount of water. And I was completely exhausted after and left the pool feeling defeated. Determined to learn to swim, I took to the internet. And I quickly realized I would need to invest in some gear to develop my mechanics. In this video, I'm going to cover the gear that I've been using to get started swimming. Thankfully, I have found it's all pretty affordable. I can't say the same for cycling, but that's a story for a different day. Let's start with the bare minimum essential swim gear for beginners. First up is a swimsuit designed for the sport of swimming. That means your bikini or board shorts are not going to cut it. Unlike beachwear, sport swimsuits are designed to allow for function while minimizing drag in the pool. For women, this typically means one-piece suits with any necessary linings, flat seams, and more coverage and support. For men, it's kind of the opposite. This will mean less material with a snug fit. A lot of guys go with the Speedo cut, but if that's too revealing, I recommend swim jammers, which offer more coverage. Both men and women can find performance suits for around $30 on Amazon. The second essential swim gear for beginners is a swim cap. Most pools require swimmers to wash their hair prior to entering the pool or wear a swim cap. When you swim a lot, the chlorine can really dry and damage your hair. Silicone or latex caps can help protect it. They will also keep any hair you shed from staying behind in the pool. If you have long hair, try to get a slightly larger cap. The next piece of essential swim gear for beginners is a non-negotiable. I'm talking about goggles. Whether you swim in the ocean or freshwater or a pool, you need to be able to see where you're going and what's around you. Plus, your eyes are going to thank you. This next piece of gear has been a lifesaver for me. After my first few swims, I would leave the pool barely able to hear a thing. Every time I turned my head to breathe, water would just flood my ear canal. And then it'd be days later when the water finally drained. So I finally invested in earplugs. I got 3 pair for $7 on Amazon and they worked great. I do recommend letting them dry outside of their container after you swim because they hold water. I admit it can be a little awkward removing them when other people at the pool are trying to talk to you or ask to share a lane, but that's such a small price to pay. For me, they've been worth every penny. The next thing you're going to need is a kickboard. A lot of pools have these on hand, so I didn't buy my own. I've been using the kickboard to develop my stroke, my breathing, and my kick. The kickboard keeps you level in the water, which allows you to practice each arm stroke deliberately, while also allowing you time to breathe without sinking. When it comes to my kick, I didn't realize how ineffective it was until I isolated my legs using the kickboard. The pull buoy is another piece of equipment that functions like the opposite of a kickboard. You place the pull buoy between your thighs to keep your lower body afloat while focusing on your arms. And this is a great way to develop proper stroke mechanics without having to worry about what your lower body's doing. Swimming is a full body activity in which the upper body, lower body, core, and head all have different roles to play. And many swim tools will help isolate one of these areas to focus on the others. The most essential and valuable piece of equipment for me has been the center-mounted snorkel. Unlike a side-mounted snorkel you might use for snorkeling, the center mount snorkel aligns with the nose between the eyes. And the center mount snorkel allows the swimmer to maintain a neutral head position so they can work on their stroke without having to worry about breathing. A lot of swim instructors recommend starting with the swim snorkel to learn the stroke before incorporating the breathing. And the snorkel was the first item I purchased after swallowing half the pool during my first swim. And now after a couple months of using it, I'm finally able to focus on my breathing, and I've mostly abandoned the snorkel at this point, but it was essential to getting me started. The other essential item that I continue to use is my fins. Swim fins allow you to move through the water faster and more efficiently. One of the most challenging parts of learning to breathe while swimming is the lower body sinking or dipping behind you. Because the fins allow you to move through the water quickly, you don't sink as fast. I will say a word of caution, if you start your workout with the fins, you're going to feel like you're crawling through the water at a snail's pace when you take them off. That's why I like to start the workout without the fins when I have more energy, and then use the tools to work on my stroke and kick. Then I put the fins on to work on my breathing towards the end of the workout. Doing it this way makes me feel like I'm flying through the water. The last item of essential swim gear for beginners is a swim bag. As you probably noticed, fins, goggles, caps, earplugs, a towel, and any other equipment you want to bring are a lot to carry. A large mesh bag will make trips to the pool hassle-free, and it'll help keep your gear dry. There's plenty of other swim gear you can invest in down the road. A lot of swimmers like hand paddles, smart watches, and tech suits, among other things. But these recommendations should be enough to get you started. If you're just starting your swimming journey, know that you're going to make little improvements with each session. It's really about showing up day after day, week after week. And after weeks, you're going to feel more confident in the water, and you're going to be on your way to becoming a better swimmer. Let's do a quick recap of the essential swim gear for beginners. Number 1, a swimsuit designed for the sport of swimming. Show up at the pool ready to swim and not like you're going to a day at the beach. Number 2, get a swim cap. Latex or silicone caps are fine, and they'll keep your hair on your head and not in the pool. Number 3, get a pair of goggles. You don't need anything fancy, just a pair that keeps the water out of your eyes. Number 4, if this applies to you and it doesn't to everyone, earplugs. This is essential swim gear for me because water is always stuck in my ears. Number 5, a kickboard. This will help you develop a strong kick or work on your stroke and breathing. Number 6, a pull buoy. This is a great way to work on your arms without worrying about your lower body. Number 7, a center-mounted snorkel. This is a great tool for learning the stroke without having to worry about breathing. Number 8, fins. Fins are one of my favorite pieces of swimming equipment, and they allow you to work on your mechanics without sinking. Lastly, get a swim bag to carry all your new gear. Swim bags are larger and usually have mesh for easy drying. If you want to learn more about strength and conditioning for endurance sports, or just to live a more adventurous life, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You'll also probably find a ton of value in our newsletter and our blog posts, so make sure to follow along, you won't regret it. And if you want to take your training to the next level, but you're not sure where to start or how to fit these strategies into your busy schedule, take a look at my coaching page. I'm an experienced strength and conditioning specialist with a background in endurance sports, and I'd love to help you achieve your fitness goals. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.